Thinking of hosting your destination wedding at one of the Hard Rock resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean? I've got great news for you. Hey, this is Jack with Vacationese. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned, I have great news if you're thinking of hosting your wedding at either Hard Rock Punta Cana, Hard Rock Los Cabos, Hard Rock Cancun, Hard Rock Riviera Maya, and also Hard Rock in Vallarta. Now, here's the news. As you know, I'm a big fan of Hard Rocks. I have not been a big fan recently of doing weddings there because of certain limitations in the planning process. But let's wipe that all away and let me tell you about some great things that are happening at Hard Rock. Now, in the past, if you wanted to plan your wedding far in advance at Hard Rock, you couldn't do it. They would basically allow you to plan 90 days, maybe 6 months in advance. A lot of our brides want to plan a year in advance or as soon as they book it. So here's what Hard Rock has done. They have a new thing called the Diamond Planning Package. It costs you $1,000, and what that does is it gives you the ability to start planning just like that, right away. So if you contact us, your travel planner working with Hard Rock, it's very important you find someone good to work with that knows about this package. But if you contact, let's say, us 2 years in advance, we find that Hard Rock has the availability you want, you fall in love, we get the room contracts, everything's ready, you can actually start planning everything with Hard Rock right then and there through this package. It's $1,000. You don't get anything back, but that will cover you planning your wedding, all the events for the wedding. One of the greatest things about this package is you will have the option of paying in today's prices for things that may be 2 years away. So yes, you will pay $1,000. It gives you the ability to plan. They'll assign someone to you, but again, it's great that if you have a larger wedding, even a smaller medium wedding, but you're just detail oriented and you want to do everything, pick your colors, your menus, just get it off your list and do it a year or two in advance, boom, $1,000, you get to do that. Now, second thing Hard Rock has done, which I think is amazing. In the past, if you were going to have a wedding at one of the Hard Rocks and you fell in love with certain locations for your events, you couldn't do anything about it. You could let them know what your preferences were, but they would not guarantee it. And matter of fact, their contract specifically stated that they would not assign wedding locations until 30 or 60 days in advance. Now, what they have now is, let's say that you're going to have a welcome party, a ceremony, a cocktail party, and a reception. Let's say we're talking at Hard Rock in Riviera Maya, and you fall in love with the Turo rooftop, and you want to have an event there. And then for your ceremony, you decide you want to have something on one of the specific gazebos. Their new program allows you to do this. You can, for $50 per person that is attending your wedding, you can secure and reserve a specific location. So here's the example. You want to a rooftop for your rehearsal dinner or your welcome party. You have 50 people you perceive are going to attend your wedding. You pay them $50 per person. So it's 50 times 50, $2,500. You give them a deposit of $2,500 that will hold that location. Now let's say you decide you want a specific gazebo for maybe your reception or your ceremony. Same thing, $50, 50 people, $2,500. At the end of the day, you're going to give them $5,000. But here's the good news is that $5,000 is credited to your overall wedding extras bill. So again, let's say you're going to have nicer linens, change your menus, DJ, whatever it is you spend with them, they're crediting that money. You do not lose that money. Now here's the only fine print on that. It's one thing or a couple things. Your locations are only available based upon availability. Makes sense. So again, another reason you want to book your wedding further in advance, because you're going to have more options for the location. Another item is that if your group numbers drop by 20% or more, Hard Rock has the right to move your location, which makes sense. If have a big location and all of a sudden you go from 50 or 60 people to 20, they're not going to give you that location. Again, it's up to them at their discretion if your numbers drop. I think these are two great options. The $1,000 to plan in advance, that's great. And then the $50 per person. Again, but no, it is $50 per person each event. So if you're doing 3 or 4 events and you want to pick your locations for each event, you will owe them $50 times the number of people times each event. Okay, so that's great. Other things happening with Hard Rock that again make it a great choice for a destination wedding is they have the free private event promo. So based upon the room nights you generate, you potentially will get your reception for free and a cocktail party. It's all based upon room nights or rooms and hours they provide you. Other thing is you can earn the equivalent of free rooms for the bride and groom and upgrades. So these are all great things. I'm really excited for all these changes at Hard Rock. If you have any questions on these, talk to Hard Rock Wedding Department, talk to us if you're working with us, Vacationese, or talk to an experienced travel professional that understands Hard Rock and how to do destination weddings there. I'm Jack with Vacationese, and hopefully you're as excited on this news from Hard Rock as I am, because I think it's just super. Have a great destination wedding.